Hey Terry, what's going on? Whew. Thank you so much, Terry. I'm gonna actually leave that there and come back. Hey Lolita, if you guys are in here, hey Latte, hey you changed me. Hey Malish Marie, hey Juanita, hey Miss Foxy, how are y'all? I pushed it back a few times, y'all, because Amber was live and I was over there and I was trying to cook too. So I was just listening with y'all. I'm kind of losing my voice, so I'm gonna keep it real cute. Hey, Serenity. Hey, hey, hey. If y'all can, hey that one. Hey, everybody coming in. If y'all could tap that like button for me. Hey, Latte. What you see, Latte? What you see? Because was my camera on or something? I got some video. What you seen? Hey, Latte. Did I skip you? No, I ain't skip you. Woo! How is everybody doing? Yeah, I changed my latte like 3 times, right? But it was cool because I was cooking and I knew that I was gonna set it and just kind of go off of that. So I just made my husband finish cooking. Well, I just asked my husband to finish cooking. Um, y'all, what's up? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Um, y'all, this story is it's crazy. Hey, Teresa. This story is crazy, 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 right? Thank you so much, Latte. I'm gonna read this copyright that Terry got up here. Um, Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you again, Terry. All right. Hey, Valencia. So, y'all, I don't even know where to begin. Thank you so much, Latte. I don't even know where to begin, right? But I'm gonna just stick to what I came for, what my title is, and was this a case of premeditation, right? And Juanita, I'm trying to like steer clear. I got some questions though before I get into the title, because that's those questions is gonna bring me into why I titled it this, right? And guys, like shout out to whoever is covering the story. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, everybody, do y'all thing. Um, Whatever it is that y'all do it good, right? But I think my first question, and I'm gonna be real. I'm not letting nobody up here. I don't really want to hear any more versions. You know what I'm saying? And all this is alleged. All this is based off of how I feel, my opinion. Um, Period. Hey Brandy, what's up, baby? Um, and y'all bear with me because I am losing my voice. Let me see if Zach can make me some tea. Hold on my screen. Okay. So I the Q guy, right? It's very hard to listen, but be for real. We listening, right? It is very hard to listen. I know he's been called a liar. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't know him to not like him, but I do see a lot of inconsistencies. You know what I'm saying? And here's my thing. If we can point out inconsistencies in the eyewitness statements, we're gonna have to call them out in people that wasn't there, right? Like I for one will take the eyewitness statement as more credible than somebody that wasn't there. Anywho, I want to start off by saying condolences to Romika Meek's family, friends, son. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna say prayers for Holly's family. I don't know. We don't know, right? So Q said something a lot of times now, and that was he met her first. He said he met her first, he loved her, he met Lowe's after. He also said those things, but came right behind those words in defense of Carlos by putting out videos of Romika's actions prior to everything, right? So I would have to ask anybody, how would you feel if this was your deceased family member and this person was hopping everywhere, everywhere? He was supposed to love this person, but he came out in defense of someone he don't even fuck with anymore. Why is Q so invested in defending Carlos? Is one of my biggest questions. I don't I can't wrap my head around it. If you want to be a content creator, now is the time. Just do it. Everybody's heard you. Everybody's listening. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is tuned in everywhere you go. So if you looking to make a coin, now is the time. Hey Nina, now is the time. It's no better time than now. So yes, that one I just can't like wrap my head around it. Because if I met you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we've all you want most people we know want you to stay down with your day ones, right? Most people we know feel like you're gonna have your day ones back no matter what, right? It is triggering you, change me. It is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us is, passionate. And me, I was I was overly passionate with Kanika Jenkins' case. Bad, bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I am from Chicago. And so like, of course, like this is like wow to me. But I can't understand what is his defense for Carlos. What is it? He says, let's just go by what he say. He says if Romika's family would have never came out with anything showing Carlos's character, he wouldn't have never did it. But what does that mean? What does that mean? Like make that make sense to me. To somebody that you said you love and you met first, if her family would have never came out with anything against Carlos, any videos, you wouldn't have did it. But you're being loyal to people telling you not to release something. All right. Anyway, then I sat back and I thought about it. Cute, the truth hurts. It does. Q acts like he's in a relationship with her. It's really weird. You know what I'm saying? Like something is weird. You know what I'm saying? Do you owe him? Do you owe him some money? You know what I'm saying? Like what's up? Just let we want to know. Exactly. 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 It doesn't make sense. I'm trying to figure out if any one of us would think that that is okay because I met her first. Oh, I love her. But because her family said something about Carlos, then I don't think we would be saying the same thing if it was our person. Just imagine if strangers like us, if everybody's emotions is high as they're saying, you know what I'm saying, and everybody's passionate, what the fuck do y'all think the family feel? And let's just say it, families. So of course they was gonna come out and like I listened last night. The auntie explained that the reason why they started coming out and saying stuff about him is because when the shit first hit the airways, it was said that he had her in a headlock. So they was pissed, rightfully so, rightfully so, and that was said by somebody that was there. So are they not supposed to express how they feel without somebody come? All right, somebody that actually said they look. All right, all right. Brandy said yes. Cree, yes, it is. I've never seen a man defend another man like he does. He doesn't love Romika. Q love Carlos. Some ain't some. Hey, the math ain't math. Okay, it ain't mathing. Nina say she was trying to get in the chat so fast she forgot to hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button, please. So then I had to think about it based off of what he said last night, and I'm gonna let y'all hear. I said, shit. Is he really defending Carlos? Or is he getting Carlos and Holly in trouble? Because the more he speaks, the more he make them look bad. So then that just left me to say, okay, this got to be clout. It can't be nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, the more he speaks, the more he makes them look bad. And that's what led me to do this. Was it premeditated? Okay. That's what led me. And I only want to talk about him for a second. So I was listening to him over in Amber's Live, and Miss White asked him a great question. A great question. She asked him, what is justice to him? That man said justice is finding all the wrongs in the situation. If justice is finding all the wrongs in a situation and you allegedly have a video that you say will stop everything, will stop all the narratives, then that's not true. What you just said again is not true because you have the you said you have the proof. You could do it today. The auntie said on the live last night, it's not the first time that she told him to drop it. Just drop it. At this point, who wants to keep being taunted about something they have that's gonna shut motherfuckers up and do all this and that? Drop it. She also said if they person was in the wrong, they just gonna have to accept it. So I was confused when he said the family is telling him not to release it. He told the aunt when she told him on Miss D, shout out to Miss D panel. He told the aunt, she said, drop it. Oh, I can't do that right now. Such and such, blah, 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 whatever. He made so many excuses. So she said, well, then just meet me and show me. He said, okay. But then he said she never called. But she said, meet me. He said, "Oh, I got to go do this first. I got to go do that first. I got to go do this first. I got to go do that first." He had an opportunity to send screenshot on Talk About It with Amara panel. He said his iPad was dead. Are y'all not paying attention? Maybe there's a video, maybe there's not. But something ain't something. Okay? Because how is the family telling you not to, but you are telling us, they are telling you on panels to do it, to drop it. But you saying they're telling you not to. It ain't making sense. And then you talking politics. Okay. I'm gonna say this too. Right. I seen that. Shout out to him meeting Upper tomorrow. Mm, I don't know. Nina said yes, he does because he's telling too many lies. If someone seen my family member was unalive, I would want to hear everything they had to say. I mean everything. I think like after she said it, after she said that on D panel, she told him to drop it. Because at some point we all as humans gonna get irritated. Like, you're not finna keep taunting me. You're not finna keep holding anything over my head. You know what I'm saying? Especially something so sensitive. Drop it, right? He made all them excuses. He had a chance to send a steel shot. He said he was gonna drop it last night. He said, man, listen, please, okay? He keeps saying he wants money for the video. It's gonna get 1 million views and this gonna do this and that. I just don't see him even meeting anybody, giving them the showing them nothing. I don't. Let me see. That one we don't know could have been what that one said. That one, the way he disrespect women, it wouldn't surprise me. But now he's supposed to be mean upper. I just don't trust nothing you says because he be doing too much lying. Ain't no way a police will give him a video footage of a crime that has been taking place. Let me tell you something about that one. Let me tell you something about that. That I don't believe came from the police. Okay. I don't believe it came from the police. I believe he knows exactly who it came from, but I believe that person still sent it as like private. Like, you know what I'm saying, from a fufu account. But I believe he knows exactly who it came from. Okay? I believe if there's a video, he's waiting on opportune time for that person. Something ain't right. Because if it could clear them people, the video will be out. If it could show that Romika was the aggressor and that she did all this, it could be out. It would be out. See, that's two things. It would show Romika as the aggressor and it would clear them. What? What? That's why I asked y'all. How is he really defending Carlos? Like, what is going on? What is the end goal here? What is you really trying to do here? There's a motive. There's something that he's trying to do here. And I don't think none of us have actually put our finger on it yet. None of us. I believe Romika was a firecracker, y'all. Let me just be real. You know what I'm saying? Before we even get that misconstrued, I do. I believe she was a firecracker. I believe she was trained to go. I don't want to get that confused. But I also feel like Holly is an undercover thug. I do. I don't believe she is innocent as he claims. I personally, I just believe she's just scary. She's an internet thug versus Romika gonna pop off in your face. So I believe that. Don't do that, Upper. His ass is scared to come out the house, so why would you? Wait, you touch me. You think he's scared to come out? Y'all, and I meant that what I said, and I honestly hope not. But I just feel like, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. When he was on that panel last night, something just came over me. I was like, something gonna happen. Like I just feel, and I hope not. Let me knock on wood, but something, I don't know. It's all weird to me. Exactly, Cree. Just drop it. I don't think it's no video. Nina say ain't no video. Who is Q to CPD? Let me like that, highlight that. That would turn over a video to him. He's a pathological liar. His name is Lionia Man. Girl, you need to go somewhere. Not giving nicknames. It can't be a video because if he's so close with Carlos, why not clear it up? Yeah, that was the point that I made. Nina Ira, I don't believe there's a video. He would have shown it. Wow, how was the fire? Wow, how was the firecracker? I know I was too, and that's real. And I believe she was. Hey, open book. What's up? I'm getting ready to play your video in a second here. I'm just trying to get some things out the way that I wanted to say, but I'm getting ready to play it, girl. And then there's one more thing I did want to touch, and that was investigations. I don't know. I'm gonna just say this, y'all. Let's remember Holly phone and weapon is still with CPD. There's still an open investigation. Common sense, if the case was closed, she would have her items, y'all. She would have her stuff. Okay? She would have signed a paper that said, I came in with a purse, some earrings, a necklace, my weapon. She would have signed it to release it for them to show, to let you know she left with her stuff. She gonna sign it. Come on. Been there, done that. I think everybody's at the point. I think everybody is tired. If it was self defense, that's what it was. If you have the proof to show us, let's see it. I believe that as well. So far, I only seen her attack that man. Holly tries to be undercover, but a person like me, I can see through the bullshit. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I do. Even if y'all listened, I don't know who, but I think you know Brandy. Hey Rockwell. I think you know Brandy. If y'all listen, he said it was one day she pulled up on Los, right? This is a story that he told. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Listen. She pulled up on Los and she was going off on him, and Holly was in a car, scared. She didn't touch her then. She didn't go after her then. I think it was all about that man and her. I think, like, some of us is like, fuck the female. That it ain't the female fault, it's you. And I hate to say this, but yes, I feel like her and Holly had their issues. I really, really do. I feel like that. But I really feel like it was him, per one of her posts where she let us know it was him. Right. But um he he just need to stop talking. Absolutely. I think Romika didn't bully people, but if you came for her, she wasn't backing down. Holly is a bunch of talk, but scary. Yeah. I think it's more people. I think it is more people involved, especially with those texts and those calls. You know, like I wasn't, and that's another thing. I wasn't entertaining no um private text, all that. I'm not entertaining that because anybody could do that. Anybody could do that. You can make anybody your number. You can make anybody number your number. Don't okay. All right. So let's get into open books video, y'all. Let me see if I can play it. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear it.
Hello and welcome to the Open Book. This is your host Lakeisha. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, cash app, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the description field of this video. So, y'all, we have reached the probably over a month mark of waiting for justice for Romika. Okay. And during this time, this has been kind of like a roller coaster ride. Okay. And sometimes, like, I'm sensing that although we've been on this ride, I still feel like we're stuck at one little part. And that one main part is what happened leading up to Romika losing her life. We're still stuck. Now, as you all may know, Carlos's ex-friend, I guess, if you want to call him that, has been from panel to panel giving his rendition of what took place. He states that he allegedly has a video that shows what transpired leading up to the moment when Romika.
Okay. I'm gonna stop it right there, y'all, because I I read your comment. You changed me. you, you was thugging. So Terry, Terry said Terry said even some of Q's homies can't help him clear up the facade. Sorry, going on. Okay, okay, open. So listen, because I was listening before I started this live, and he was like, "So did she smack him?" Because see, that was a story that he told. That was the story that he told already before. He said that, oh, at that picnic, he was told that she smacked him. Well, he's going off a hearsay, right? And the buddy was like, "Nah, he just saw them talk. She asked could he have the party at his house, and he ain't hear nothing about that." You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. But you right,
Lost
Terry.
her life. We have yet to see this infamous video,
Now you know,
although
Nina.
he's been saying that he's going to upload it. There has been excuse after excuse after excuse, and still no video. But what I'm noticing is as he goes from panel to panel telling this story,
Hey,
more and more things
Taya.
are being exposed, and we have to decipher, is it truth to it, or is this yet another lie? Well, yesterday Q did an interview with Talk About It with Amora, and during this interview something stood out to me that I heard him state that just hadn't stood out to me before. Let's take a listen.
Side of the street, where the sidewalk is at. She never left that part once Romika got off of her. So she basically like stepped back and like looked like she
Hold
got
on,
on her
y'all. Hold
phone or
on,
something
hold
like that.
on. I think I did that, y'all. That was my fault.
Side of the street, where the sidewalk is at. She never
Hey,
left that
Dreamy.
part once Romika got off of her. So she basically like stepped back and like looked like she got on her phone or something like that. So during that time, you see Lowe's push.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay. I gotta stop while I play it, y'all. He said she stepped back and she got in her phone. Let's play it again.
During that time, you see Lowe's pushing her. Now she on the total opposite side of her car because Romika is in between her driver's side door and Romika's passenger side door. That's because that's how close she was, and it was so small right there. They was so close to each other's door, so it looked like Holly was staying back from getting inside of her car. I don't know if she could have got inside of her car or whatever the case may be, but she just stepped back and looked like she was trying to avoid the situation a little bit. But then you see Romika break away from Los.
That's okay. Let's keep
You
going.
see Romika break away from Los, and the first thing Romika did was run around the backside of the car. This time, she darted towards. It looked like she was going towards Holly again, but she didn't go towards Holly. She smacked on the back window where the baby was at. She smacked on the back window. She kind of tugged on the baby door, and then you see Holly chase after Romika. After you see that, you see Romika kind of look at Holly. Holly did like a slightly stop, but she started back chasing her. And then you see Romika turn around and run back towards the middle of the street where her driver's side door was at. You see that happen, boom. So once you see that, you see Los kind of try to get Romika one last time, but then you see Romika get to Holly driver's side door and pull her car door. Boom, and it slightly came open, but Los was there to block her door closed. Boom, he like it was like simultaneous. As soon as she tried to pull it open, Los just hurried up and pushed it back closed.
Wow.
I'm with you, open. Wow. I'm gonna replay that. I'm gonna replay that, and then I'm gonna talk about it. So I just wanted to play it through, and then I wanted to talk about
That just hadn't stood out to me before. Let's take a listen.
Side of the street, where the sidewalk is at. She never left that part once Romika got off of her. So she basically like stepped back and like looked like she got on her phone or something like that. So during that time, you see Lowe's pushing her. Now she on the total opposite side.
it. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. The name of this live is "Was It Premeditated?" I keep hearing people say planned. Oh, they didn't plan it. They didn't plan it. They didn't plan it. Premeditation does not have to be planned. It can happen right then and there. It can happen in seconds. It does not have to be planned. If you had time to think about it, if you had time to call the police, if you had time to reflect, it can be considered premeditation. It doesn't have to be a well planned, thought out situation. It does not. And that's why I say she thought about it. It was, if he got her, if you standing back, if you just assessing the situation while they tussling, why the hell did you not call 911? I ain't even gonna say what I would have did. I'm just wondering, why didn't she? Why didn't she? Why did you run after the person that you have a restraining order at? This is what Quadre is saying. You ran after the person. Romika stopped and looked back. You put your hands up a little and went back, and then you start chasing her again. Huh? I mean, am I tripping? Y'all gotta talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. Because here's the thing. If we go off what Q said, Holly was standing by the gate for a while. Carlos was trying to keep Meeks away and put her in the car. He also said she never had to go to the car and retrieve a weapon. And he also said she had her phone. Huh? So let me just do this. I did she think it's like, oh hell no, this bitch ain't finna play with me. I'm finna in seconds. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. That's just my stance. That's just my opinion. If we go by the eyewitness statement, Carlos and Meeks was tussling. It kind of sounds like what Q was just saying, right? So that still gives Holly some time. That gives her the time. The same time that he just said she took. So it gave her time to make a decision. They said it's establishments right there with cameras. So let me go in here. Let me get safe. Let me call the people and let them know Oh, girl out here acting a fucking fool. That didn't happen, y'all. So if we believe him and what he's saying, who did he just tell us was at fault? Let me read some of these. That's what I want to know. Why 911 wasn't called? She had plenty of time to call 911 before she unalived her. They'll say that that's something that we saying. You know what I'm saying? People will say that we're, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not. That's what this dude that's on everybody panel said is on that video. I listened to him say it last night. So what, what's up? I believe that. I don't believe it was well thought out. Well, now, let me say this because I got something else. Oh, I gotta see if I can get to the timestamp. But Upper talked about this, right? I feel like some of the things that was done prior to that day was some of that planet. I do. But I don't think that that day was planned. I think that right then and there, she did premeditate. I do. She thought about it. She thought about it first. I had to leave Aaron live because I'm so sick of his lies. That's one thing I can't comment on because I don't know what I would do in a heated moment. And now I don't know what I would do in a heated moment either. But that's why we do have to think. That's why we do have to think. You know what I'm saying? Because if I went and I put these things in place because I'm in fear for my life, I have to think about that. I have to think about the moves that I make after that too. Yep, it's all in the thoughts. None of it makes sense. Absolutely. I think everyone is tired of Q lies. I don't understand what's taking the investigators so long. I I I do. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens like this. It just happens like this. I watch true crime, y'all. I'm addicted. And sometimes it just happens like this. They can know exactly who it was. You know what I'm saying? They'll let you go because they don't have everything that they need to secure it. They need to secure that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they want to secure it so tight there ain't no way to get around it. Who's stuttering? Yep. What wants the purpose of being around somebody you were scared of? That was a motive. It seems like he's low key putting things on Carlos. I said that. I said that in the beginning. After I heard everything yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what his motive is because it sounds like he is he defending Carlos. Sometimes he's putting it out there like, oh, I did this. I start, putting these things out about Meeks because her family started putting things out about Carlos. But at the same time, you and Carlos ain't speaking. Y'all ain't fucking with each other right now. And you come out and you saying things like this. You throwing things in the air like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I really don't feel like is right. I don't feel like it's right for him to do it to none of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, according to the reports, it was 3 shots made. I believe Carlos shot one of those shots because the witness said, Brody, you shot her. Now I'm gonna be real on that. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that video. I know what video you're talking about. Definitely, she thought about it, didn't she? She did, Dreamy. They pulled a coward move. Period. Period. Miss Williams, I agree. Too much blood was on him, and Fendi, please go. Um, and she was shot close range. Hmm. I think they pillow talk this entire thing out, but didn't think so many witnesses will be around. I think I don't I don't think he pillow talked this part with her. I think that she has probably said before. In my opinion, I believe she probably has said before, if your baby mama fuck with me, it's up. I'm serious. I believe she has probably said that before. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I don't believe. I mean, you gotta be a bold ninja to just be like, shit, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think he took. I don't know. I just think she thought about it that day, and she was like, "Nah, today all day, bitch. Like, you think you finna play with me?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not calling her. I'm just saying, like, y'all know how we talk. Y'all know how we talk in those moments. I had a cousin who BD unalived her, threw her in the alley. Oh God, 70 tapped. I'm gonna say tapped her 76 times. Even though the whole town knew he did it, it took 20 years. But finally justice was served. Wow. I'm so sorry. Thank you, babe. I'm so sorry. Hey Lex, what's up? Um, so hey Lupa. So even though Amelia, so even though I keep trying to read off this. So even though we wanted microwave style, I believe they will answer soon. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. And I do feel like we wanted microwave style. Thank you so much, Nina. I know someone. Oh gosh. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. I know someone personally is out on bond now, charged unalive. I truly don't believe Holly was scared of Meeks. No, maybe she was, but maybe she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she was. You know what I'm saying? I think she probably was a timid little thing. You know what I'm saying? Probably ain't been in too many scuffles. So that just makes you, if you've never been in a fight, I feel like that just makes you scared. Your first fight or your, you know what I'm saying, gonna make you scared. But I do believe she was an undercover thug. You know what I'm saying? She was an internet thug. That's just as simple as it get. Let's keep going though, y'all.
Out of her car because Romika is in between her driver's side door and Romika's passenger side door. That's because that's how close she was, and it was so small right there. They was so close to each other's door, so it looked like Holly was staying back from getting inside of her car. You know, I don't know if she could have got inside of her car or whatever the case may be, but
Again, she was standing back while on one side of her car, while Romika was on the other side of her car with Los. She was standing back again. Okay, that's again.
she just stepped back and looked like she was trying to avoid the situation a little bit.
She stepped back. She was trying to avoid the situation a little bit.
But then you see Romika break away from Los. You see Romika break away from Los, and the first thing Romika did was run around the backside of the car this time.
She broke away from Los. I believe that.
She darted towards, it looked like she was going towards Holly again, but she didn't go towards Holly.
It looked like she was going. Y'all got to pay attention right here. Pay attention right here. Okay? It looks like she was going at Holly, but she wasn't, is what he said. Thank you so much, that one.
She smacked on the back window where the baby was at. She smacked on the back window and she kind of tugged on the baby door. And then you see Holly chase after Romika.
And period. Now, y'all got to remember that he said that video is going to shut a lot of people up, right? But this is what he's saying shows on the video. Just a moment of silence. Hmm.
After you see that, you see Romika kind of look at Holly.
Thank you,
Holly
Miss
get like a
Williams.
slightly stop, but she start back chasing her. And then you see Romika turn around and run towards back towards the middle of the street where her driver's side door was at. You see that happen. Boom. So once you see that, you see Los kind of try to get Romika one last time, but then you see Romika get to Holly driver's side door and pull her car door. Boom, and it slightly came open, but Los was there to block her door closed. Boom, he like it was like simultaneous. As soon as she tried to pull it open, Los just hurried up and pushed it back closed.
Wow. So, did y'all hear that? Now, if Holly has this restraining order, I find it odd that Holly would be chasing Romika. Seems like Romika may
Hey,
not have been a
Fabby.
threat after
Hey, Miss
all,
Lysander.
because Romika would have been chasing Holly. I want y'all to clock that. Now, there are some other things that he stated during this interview that I wanted to highlight. He stated that Holly stood over to the side and she got on her phone. She was on that sidewalk by the gate and she got on her phone. Now, in that moment,
Hey, Razzie
who
Isaac.
was Holly talking to? Okay, in the midst of Romika allegedly trying to come after her and Carlos is trying to hold her back, but then Holly gets on the phone. What is she doing on the phone? Was she making a phone call or was she possibly recording? Okay. Um, Now, he also said that Holly allegedly shot Romika from the back of her car. She
Thank
kind of
you, Razzie
stopped back
Isaac.
there. And she wasn't going, Ramika wasn't coming after her, okay? But Carlos was holding her back. And when she got loose, she shot her from that distance. And Romika was by her car driver's side door. Excuse me. Now, if she did that and Romika was by the driver's side door and she was allegedly back here behind her car, how did she get up close and personal, okay,
Hey, up.
to be able to shoot her in the face and chin? Because he even stated during this interview that, yeah, she's not a great shooter like that because she would have shot Carlos if she was still from that same distance, okay? So that was another clue that this could have all possibly taken place at close range. Also, he stated that Carlos, when Romika was trying to get inside or looked like she was trying to attempt to get inside of Holly's driver's side, Carlos blocked it. Okay, now we don't know what all Carlos had been saying to Romika during the struggle and so forth as he was holding her. We don't know what Holly was saying. Is it possible that Romika was trying to get away from them? She is now double teamed 2 to 1, and one has a weapon.
Come
Okay.
on, open.
He stated that Romika has also allegedly been arrested at that same location before. Um, this was my first time hearing of that, so I don't know why she would have been arrested right there at the corner. Now, if they had an altercation
Mm.
before, his house is not too far from there. Was it in front of his place where he lived, or was it right there where these cars were parked? I find that very ironic. Um, he went back to the Lowe's, took his son to school that day. Okay, like why go backwards when her own family said that she took her own son to school that day? He also stated that Holly didn't call the police. He said that the witness or someone there called it in as a battery call. Now, remember, I said the police station is not that far away. So I was just wondering why did it take so long for them to even come on that particular call. Had they gotten there in time for that incident, then it may not have gone the way that it went. And Romika could possibly still be here. He's going to say domestic calls, it could take like the police 2 hours to
Okay.
get there because they feel.
So people just came in. I don't know if y'all watched the interview last night, but that is why my title is Was This Premeditated? Right? If you listen to what he said last night on that panel, in my opinion, Holly had a lot of time to reflect on what to do. A lot of time to reflect on what to do. I heard that, Miss Williams. I heard that. So, like, and that's why I was saying that is a big misconception of premeditation. It doesn't have to be well thought out, planned for months, planned for years. It doesn't have to go like that. It can happen right then and there in that second. So, let me go. Hold on. I think it's called instantaneous premeditation. That's what it was. That's, in my opinion, what it was. It was instantaneous premeditation. If you have time to think, if you have time to reflect, that's what it is. Okay. It says, I looked it up. It says in criminal law, particularly in homicide cases, premeditation doesn't always mean long-term planning. Courts has often ruled that premeditation can occur in an instant, meaning the person doing the unaliving formed the intent to kill, reflected on it, even if it was briefly, then acted on it. And I believe that's what she did. I also looked up some. Hold on one second. Hey y'all. Hey everybody come in. Hey everybody speaking. Um, so I actually pulled this one because they brought up one in Illinois. Hold on real quick. I should have put this on my computer, y'all. So this one was um People versus Bennett. This was in Illinois. It's a couple of them in Illinois. People versus Jones. So it says courts have found premeditation even though the the interval between the shoot, hold on y'all. Um Pretty much the fight and the killing and the unaliving was short. Bottom line is Illinois courts will find premeditation after only a brief interval. When the facts show the actor had an opportunity to reflect or took steps that indicate deliberation, ran away and then retrieved a weapon and returned armed themselves, and ran away and retrieved a gun, a weapon and returned, armed themselves or even aimed. So if we go back to this and we listen to what he said,
Time you see Lowe's pushing her. Now she on the total opposite
hold on.
Him state that just hadn't stood out to me before. Let's take a listen.
side of the street. You know where the sidewalk is at. She never left that part once Romika got her off of her. So she basically like stepped back and like looked like she got on her phone or something like that. So during that time, you see Lowe's pushing her. Now she on the total opposite side of her car because Romika is in between her driver's side door and Romika's passenger side door. That's because that's how close she was, and it was so small right there. They was so close to each other's door, so it looked like Holly was staying back from getting inside of her car. You know, I don't know if she could have got inside of her car or whatever the case may be, but she just stepped back and looked like she was trying to avoid the situation a little bit. But then you see Romika break away from Los. You see Romika break away from Los, and the first thing Romika did was run around the backside of the car this time. She darted towards, it looked like she was going towards Holly again, but she didn't go towards Holly. She smacked on the back window where the baby was at. She smacked on the back window. She kind of tugged on the baby door. And then you see Holly chase after Romika. After you see that, you see Romika kind of look at Holly. Holly did like a slightly stop, but she started back chasing her. And then you see Romika turn around and run towards back towards the middle. Romika kind of look at Holly. Holly did like a slightly stop, but she started back chasing her. And then you see Romika turn around and run towards back towards the middle of the street where her driver's side door was at. You see that happen, boom. So once you see that, you see Los kind of try to get Romika one last time, but then you see Romika get to Holly driver's side door and pull her car door. Boom, and it slightly came open, but Los was there to block her door closed. Boom, he like it was like simultaneous. As soon as she tried to pull it open, Los just hurried up and pushed it back closed.
Wow. So, did y'all hear that? Now, if Holly has this restraining order,
All right. I'm going to read some of these comments. Absolutely, Cancer 1981. He lying. He have issues with each other because of yeah, he definitely got that community. But just listening to him in this video, listening to him on that live, I said this doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. How are you coming out every day? You're saying you have this video that is going to shut everybody up. And if you do, you do. But if you're saying you have this video that's going to shut everybody up, but you were explaining this on the panel last night of this is what's in the video, I don't see it shutting anybody up because you said that this girl chased her. You said Holly chased Romika. Romika turned around, Holly stopped. Romika turned back around, and Holly began to chase her again. It doesn't make sense. So this is why, yes, I listen to him. I listen to him when he on panels. A lot of people listen to him, right? But this is why he has that name of being called a liar. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't this if that's what truly happened, what you said last night, if that's what truly happened, then you're saying Holly is guilty. So I looked up something else. Hold on one second. I was actually watching something else. What we doing? What we doing? And that's why it's like I listen, but I'm definitely frustrated because I'm like, come on now. If you want to be believable, you're gonna have to stick to the script a little bit. You're not sticking to the script. This is before y'all came in. I see it's more people. Yes, I believe she was a firecracker. Yes, I believe she popped her shit. Yes, I believe she was trained to go. But I very much so believe that the other participant was an internet thug. That's it. That's all. I just do. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, you know what I'm saying? She just wasn't the type to just probably pop off if she see you like Romika was, but she was the type that would pop off on the internet. And that's it, because that's what she showed. That's what she was doing. All right, let me pull this video real quick. Hey, Joanne. I think I put it in my watch later. Yeah, I'll play this one.
You might remember this woman, Afeni Muhammad, the McDonald's employee who apparently went on a rant that prosecutors say turned deadly when she was accused of killing her manager at a McDonald's
Hey,
following an argument. Well,
Latte.
now a major decision has flipped this case, and we're going to break down what it means for what comes next in court with a criminal defense attorney. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. This all started with a rant. It was raw, it was angry, and it was all over Instagram.
She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that is going to catch up to her.
So yeah, you might remember this woman, 27-year-old Afeni Muhammad, who we have talked about here before on Sidebar. That was her, apparently venting online about her manager at a McDonald's in East Point, Michigan. And hours later, that same manager, Jennifer Harris, was
Hey,
dead.
everybody coming in.
And
Hey,
now,
Latte. I
after
didn't know if you hear
months
me.
of silence and questions about what would happen next in this case, there is finally a new development that we have to talk about. One that
Absolutely,
clears the
thank you.
way for what comes next in court. Now, we're going to get to that, but first we got to rewind. This is one of those stories that actually started on
It's the
social
reason I'm
media,
playing
and
this.
it spiraled into something that no one could have imagined. On July 10th, police say that Afeni Muhammad, an employee at the McDonald's, a 9-mile road, got into some sort of argument with her manager, Jennifer Harris, after she said she was sent home early. According to investigators,
Me too,
Muhammad left,
Foxy.
sat in her car for a while, and then came back with a knife. So when we talk about premeditation, let's think about that. When officers arrived, what did they find? Harris had been reportedly stabbed up to 15 times. A customer with a gun had stepped in to stop Muhammad from fleeing. Now, Harris was rushed to the hospital. She tragically died later from her injuries. Horrific case. And on July 11th, when we talk about what's going on in the court process, Muhammad made her first court appearance for her arraignment. This is where detectives laid out what they say happened in chilling detail.
Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle. When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
So Muhammad was charged with first-degree premeditated murder and carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent. Now, she's also been charged as a habitual offender. What does that mean? Well, it's a designation that stems seemingly from a prior stabbing conviction in Virginia. We're going to talk about that, too. Her bond was also set at $25 million.
So they're going to talk
cash for
about the
surety.
instantaneous
Strict conditions if she were to be
premeditation.
released. So that includes GPS monitoring, drug and alcohol testing, no contact with the victim's family, and a ban on returning to that particular McDonald's. Now, if you're a fan of Sidebar, if you're a fan
No,
of
it
what we do
wasn't,
here at Law
Latte.
and Crime, then you know that we cover a lot of cases. And you might be wondering, how are we able to share so
Okay,
many clips
skip
with
this
our
part,
file? You edit like a pro.
Number two, you want to refer to the Forensic Center for Competency.
What was I at?
What is the factual basis that you rely on for the default?
Your Honor, based upon my observations of the case and in reviewing the case, specifically the police reports, in mimicking my observations and interacting with Ms. Muhammad.
Hey,
I
Shawnee.
need to check those two boxes.
Hold on.
Her charges, whether or not she could assist in her own defense. We actually spoke with forensic psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober about what evaluators look for in these situations, what it really means to be competent to stand trial. This is what he had to say.
Competency is a moving target. Someone can be competent one week and they can be incompetent the next week. So in the United States, competency is determined by a U.S. Supreme Court case, U.S. v. Dusky. And essentially what that case says
Let me
is
see
that
if
you
I can
have to
find
have
a
the ability
timestamp.
to
I was
work
at.
with your attorney, to collaborate with them, and have a rational and factual understanding of the charges against you. So there are so many different reasons. I watched the Instagram video that she had posted prior to the incident, and you clearly have someone who has poor impulse control, is emotionally dysregulated, has escalating anger, repeated frustration, feels powerless over her situation, and feels that she's being subjected to this perceived injustice. There are so many different things here in the differential, and obviously I've never examined her, so I can't make a diagnosis, but I think about things like psychosis, a personality disorder, substance use, perhaps repeated exposure to trauma. And I think about delusions. I think about psychosis when I hear something like that. But again, there's just so much information that we would need. For example, was she treated for a prior mental health condition? Was she under the care of a psychiatrist? These are things I'd want to know. Talk to people that were around her in the hours and days prior to the incident.
Now, during this same period, we also learned that Afeni Muhammad had a prior violent conviction. In March of 2022, she pleaded guilty in Virginia to unlawful wounding injury, stab,
Dang,
wound,
did I
cut
skip
without
it?
malicious intent. Court records from Virginia that were reviewed by Click on Detroit show that Muhammad had stabbed her then boyfriend during
y'all, because I think I'm too far.
whether Muhammad.
She is competent.
We actually spoke with forensic psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Bober in these situations.
Dang, I should have got the
Justice.
timestamp.
There are so many
I'ma
different
just have
things
to
here in the
post it.
differential and health condition.
Now it becomes a question, could that affect the current case? So now the case is back in motion after the results from the findings on her competency evaluation came in. And we're going to break down that report in a moment. But first, we got to get into all aspects of this case. So let me bring on somebody to talk about this, somebody I'm always happy to have on, criminal defense attorney John Day. John, thanks so much for taking the time to come back here on Sidebar to talk about what is a very strange
I think that's
and
the
yet
man that talks
sad
about the
case.
premeditation. Because I was
From
like, wow.
a prosecutorial point of view, maybe even a criminal defense point of view, what do you think the strength of this case is? I mean, you have this social media post, you have a potential eyewitness who allegedly stopped the defendant. Talk to me about how strong you think the evidence is in this case.
I mean, the social media post, the eyewitness, those are all, if you're the prosecutor, you really, I guess it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, eyewitnesses, of course, are always subject to, the idea that what we see is not necessarily what really happened. There's always a lot of research on that. But if I'm prosecuting this, I feel pretty good about that. I mean, that's enough for me to keep going. And you're going to hope that a jury sees this the same way.
Now, we'll talk about mental health in a second, but looking at this, if we build up the narrative that she was angry at her manager, she had this, it was fuming for quite some time. But how does the law separate between, let's say, an emotional impulse, maybe in the heat of an argument, even though she allegedly stepped out, came back in, and premeditation? Or is it just a very thin line?
Well, premeditation can occur in an instant, and that's what prosecutors are always trying to convince a jury when they're asked to step down a charge in a homicide case. I mean, it's the premeditation, it's what was going on in that defendant's mind, what was leading up to that. It could just be a snap decision, but in the right circumstances, you can have premeditation that occurs in that snap decision moment. And so it's the idea that there's a backstory. Okay, this is not just a chance encounter, road rage type homicide. There's a backstory. There's something going on. And if you're the prosecutor, you want to hammer that home for the jury. You want to say, look, this is what was building. It's like turning on a tea kettle, and eventually the steam explodes, and that's what was happening here. And so the prosecutors are going to look at the backstory. They're going to try to build it up. They're going to try to put a foundation together so the jury understands really why this occurred, even though it was Obviously it was a horrifying situation in the eyes of the prosecutors. There's a reason that this happened, and jurors.
So what do y'all think about that? Like, what do y'all think about instantaneous premeditation? Like, do y'all think this could be a case of it? In my opinion, I think that's what happened. I think that it was too much time to do other things. It was too much time to get some help, whether it was screaming for help, whether it was, he said her phone was in her hand. Even if there was no phone in the hand, you know, it was people outside. So you know what I'm saying? Let me use your phone. Like I'm in danger. Like help me. Is businesses there? Like if you're watching a baby mama and a baby daddy fight, y'all know what I said. I said I would have left. I would have left both of their ass while they was tussling. I would have got my baby out the car and just left. Right? Um, y'all figure it out. But you stayed. You stayed. And you thought about it. And that's just it. And at the end of the day, like I said, it ain't a closed case. If it was self defense, I would like to know that as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just would like to know that as well. So, and that's why I said in the beginning, if justice is finding all the wrongs in it, which I believe, because if it was my family member, I would want the right justice, right? Whether this person was wrong, this person was right, whether you know what I'm saying, like whether my deceased family member was right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? I will want the right justice. It's nothing like you know what I'm saying? The wrong person being locked up for something, you still ain't getting justice. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just feel like if it's finding all wrongs in it, that's fine. Let us see it. I want to see it. I want to find all the wrongs in it. You know what I'm saying? Shut us up. Shut everybody up. That feels like I feel like he could shut. He said it's gonna shut everybody up. I think everybody is ready to be shut up. I don't think it'll be any more back and forth. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't. I feel like the aunt sat on that panel last night and I mean this and that wasn't the first time. Y'all, that was not the first time that I cannot believe you are saying the family is telling you not to when the aunt, Leslie, is telling you to drop it. That's like dangling something over your head. We don't like it when we in a relationship and somebody dangle it. We don't like if you know what I'm saying. If you borrow some money from somebody and you don't like them dangling it, or if you know what I'm saying, like you just don't like nothing dangling over your head, like for real. So at some point, when are you gonna do it? So people can stop feeling like you're taunting them. Because that's what it's given. It's given you're taunting them because you were actually close to their niece. You actually said that you loved her. But in defense of Carlos, because the family reacted, because when all this first hit the internet, the family reacted because they felt like the witness said he had her in a headlock. So they reacted and they posted videos of Carlos being abusive. Your reaction to that was to put out things about her. That ain't love. That was your day one before Carlos. You met her first. You met her first. Remember? You don't even fuck with Carlos. Y'all don't even talk, right? Or from the story you told last night, I was so confused. I was like, okay, what is the motive? Because the story you told last night incriminated them. So are you trying to F Carlos up too? It ain't making sense. Like, do you have a hidden agenda? What really is your motive? That's it. That's all. Like I don't get it. Hey Bev, thank you. You changed me. Karen, he covered. Oh yeah, he covered sidebar. Mm-hmm. Wow. There is. He said premeditation can happen in an instant. Mm-hmm. It can happen in an instant. It's always a. It is a possibility. It is a possibility. You don't know when somebody trying to play you. You know what I'm saying? Like you might think this person out here taking up for you and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, y'all ain't talking. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think, well, okay. It's something it's something that's gonna make you go against your day one that you said you love to take up for somebody that you don't fuck with. That's a big missing piece. Not sure, but it's definitely something to consider while covering this case. Facts. She never called the police. She never told the cops when they got there that she was involved. She wasn't going to say anything, in my opinion. And that was one of my biggest questions. I've asked it, before. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, I'm going to just tell you, I know people say, um, we all don't know what we would do in that situation. But I'm going to be real. I'm gonna be real. If I feel like I got a CCL, because she yelled it out, she got a CCL. So if I feel like I got a CCL, and I also feel like I was in the right and I was defending myself, ain't nobody gonna have to point me out. Ain't nobody gonna have to point me out. Matter of fact, ain't nobody gonna have to call them because I would have called them and told them I just caught a body. I just caught a body. I wouldn't have, y'all. I'm sorry. If she could make an I would never video, I could tell y'all what the fuck I would never do. I wouldn't be standing there on a car, relaxed, talking on the phone while other people pointing me out. I will be telling you it was me. Sounds like the employee felt some kind of way about the manager for a while, just like Holly felt some way about Ramika for some time. They felt some way about each other. They felt some way about each other. I I can keep it a buck. They did for some time. Miss Williams, she wanted her out the way for that man. And that's a big possibility. Exactly. All the other shit is irrelevant. She wore similar clothes to Romika. She taunted Romika with her I would never, and it was because of Carlos. They was both doing shit because of him. You know what I'm saying? They was both doing shit because of him. The only issue that I see, you know what I'm saying? Like they was stupid over a dude. But what I do see here is, you know, one gon' one gonna fight and the other one ain't. You know what I'm saying? She gonna hide behind the keyboard. You know, we see that a lot. We see that a lot. If you're not new here, y'all know what's up. She's gonna hide behind that keyboard. She's gonna get on and make them videos and talk her shit, but she's not ready to fight. Thank you, Miss Foxy Perry. Who gives a damn about all those lies? Unless the video shows Ramika coming at Holly with anything other than her hands, my mind ain't changing. Anything else is noise. Hey, Miss Lady. Nina, they saying we want to see drama. No, we want answers respectfully. He been lying. He's slow, y'all. Y'all. I don't even want to. I mean, to say the video he claims he has. Yes, and that's what he was explaining on that. He was explaining what is in the video. So if that's what's in the video, I think we're gonna have to rethink this thing. She also told Ramika she left the robe in Carlos' closet. She'll either want to Ramika or Carlos or both. It can't be no other reason. Not to mention the video he sent Miss Tina on her birthday. Crazy. Crazy work. He was supposed to send a video to the creator tonight. It's a no show. He was supposed to send it to who? I know he's supposed to meet a content creator tomorrow, but he did say he was going to drop it last night. He said he was going to drop it some more times. The auntie told him to go on and drop it, and he said he couldn't. Two times now. He said he couldn't. He couldn't drop it because whatever reason. He was like, but I'll show you. She said, okay, well then meet me. Oh, I got to do this tonight. I got to do that first. I got to do this first. I got to do that first. I told y'all he had the opportunity to just send a still shot last night. He wouldn't even plug his. He said his iPad was dead or laptop was dead. He wouldn't even plug that thing in. He wouldn't even plug it in. I don't even get like really for real. That's something that until it's out, that shit should be dead until it's out. Until he released it. That video talk should be just dead until he released it at this point. I would never want a friend like that. Nor nope. Neither one of them. Well, I think actually he did. But allegedly he gave the wrong address. Thank you so much, Miss Foxy. When I first heard this story, the first thing came to my mind. I was wondering why were they in separate cars going to the same gym? I guess that doesn't matter either. It doesn't. Because if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't look at it like that either. Because they could have been going to the same gym, but she could have been going elsewhere after. And he could have been going over here after. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. I'm sure you wasn't the only person with that concern. She was running around like he said because she was she running around like he said because she knew they were gonna live her. Was she running around like he said because she knew they were gonna break that down for me, please, Diamond Chocolate. And hi, Diamond Chocolate. Man, Miss Foxy. As a mother and my baby is with me, my child's safety is first. I will have called 911 while Carlos was arguing with Mika versus inserting myself. And I think I would have too. I think I would have just, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got me, y'all got me like that. I'm not gonna sit here and be y'all do that. Y'all do that. Y'all do that. Amoris, Amora, he said he not gonna go back over there and he's supposed to be on her panel now. Oh wow. Wasn't Q Facebook closed for a while because he dropped a video that was AI alter and they called it fraud from what I know. They called it fraud, Miss Williams. A life was lost and the only people that should be reviewing video footage is law enforcement. Just my opinion. And I would agree. I would agree. Law enforcement and the family from law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Hey, KB mommy, Miss Foxy. until Romika get justice, then I guess we will like drama because I will be her voice until the end. All right, y'all. That's really all I had. I just felt like that's it. That's all. After I listened to that, if we gonna take any of his word, then why we ain't taking that part? We're gonna take that part into consideration. He said it, not me. Y'all, thank y'all for coming. This is my first time eating all day. I'm tired. I'm losing my voice. And I just want to drink me some wine and go to bed. My birthday is at 12 a.m. And don't ask me how old I'm going to be. So we're going to get out of here. Good night. I appreciate y'all for coming. Love y'all. Shout out to the new people that was in here. So I was just out of town and I got me some Cooper's Hawk. My favorite. It's called Night Jar. Look it up, Latte. Where you at, Latte? What state you in? What Miss Shawnee while I'm talking about wine? But yes. Um, it's Cooper's Hawk Night Jar. Let me dang, that went too fast, Nina. Exactly. But where is the drama coming from? Of course, y'all going too fast. Where is the drama coming from? Of course, we want to hear everything this person who claims they have a video to shut it down. Damn right, I'm glued to the case. Duh, if he dropped that's what I said. You really can't help but listen. Thank you so much. You changed me. Thank you, Sabby. You can't help but listen, Miss Foxy. Yeah, yes, we will be her voice until justice is served. And period. Thank you, Joanne. Oh, y'all don't got it in Texas. Damn video, then everybody can go home, right? Everybody can go night night. Um, he should show the police, like if he got it. Nope, take the K off, Latte. Hey, Tyrese with the T. You coming in? We finna go. Thank you, KB Mommy. KB Mommy, where you at? Hey, Boo Love. Where you at, girl? Let me send you some coins. Cause Shawnee playing. What's up? Hey, Brittany, I don't know if I spoke to y'all, but we finna get up out of here. Oh, yes, I want that. They have it in Florida. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna just go play this song so we can get out of here. Um, if y'all know with this song. Alicia Johnson is a mother, wife. Oh, Miss Shawnee C, I'm in here talking about you. I'm talking about you.